Hey, what's going on, film fans? Welcome back to the channel. We are the usual skeptics. Here we talk movie reviews, entertainment news, streaming, all this sorts of good stuff in Hollywood. Speaking of good stuff, Wes, we got a lot to talk about, my friend. We got Comic-Con this week, San Diego Comic-Con. It's arguably the biggest Comic-Con in the entire world. It's been 3 years since an in-person Comic-Con as big as this magnitude. San Diego Comic-Con is a big deal. Anyway, before we get into that, Wes, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. Super excited to talk about Comic Con. We're going to sit here and just kind of give, talk about some of the stuff that like caught our eye, and wishing that we were there and actually seeing the panels and seeing some of these previews. Like Gabe said, it's been like 3 years, so I think this year we're in for a lot of really big surprises. I don't think that anybody knows really what's going to happen because it has been 3 years. Comic Con's been big forever, and that's where Marvel has really set the stage. But I think this year it may be different. I think that other things are going to kind of take over that surprise element, maybe. So, there's some things that we're going to talk about here today, and we're not going to go we're not going to go and say, oh, well, this is what's happening at this time.
Yeah,
We really
yeah.
just want to go we
Just
do
some
really do
key
take
key
forever. We just
moments.
want to go
Yeah.
over some key moments
Right.
that we're like, okay, I think this will be really cool. I think this would be really cool. I really wish I was here for this. So, and kind of give our thoughts on that. And then that's the main thing. But both of us are super excited to see what comes out of this. I think that it's really like, I'm super excited that they're actually having a Comic Con. You know what I mean?
Same.
I mean, I've seen Cosmic Con on my Facebook and some stuff like that that's happening up in Louisville and stuff. But like,
Right.
as everybody knows, the San Diego Comic Con is the Comic Con. So,
Huge.
maybe one
Huge.
day me and Gabe can take a little trip out there and do a Comic
Yeah.
Con, but you got to get on a wait list or something like
For
that.
like a
I don't
year in
know.
advance. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's
So,
crazy. No,
um,
it being the biggest Comic-Con. Yeah, let's go ahead and dive right into this thing. So like I said, this is one of those things where it's just, fans of, pop culture and movies and comic books and, people cosplaying. And I've been to several Comic Cons, Wes. I don't know if you have or not, but
mhm.
I just been as just a casual fan. Some of them I was sent as a member of the press to work there, to do interviews and all that kind of stuff. And hey, let me brag. Okay. Let me brag about this moment. So there have been
Here we
time.
go.
Now I didn't go to San Diego Comic Con or anything like that. Nothing that big. Okay. Nothing that huge. Got a lot of, had a lot of fun doing things I have and things like that. So, being familiar with San Diego Comic Con, though, I mean, this is one of those things that, yes, a lot of movie news happens, a lot of announcements. I think 2019 was the latest, time we had a San Diego Comic Con, and that was when Blade was announced, when Thor: Love and Thunder, the title was announced, She Hulk, and all that kind of stuff. And we are getting that or today we are getting that this week. We're not just talking about Marvel. We got DC, we got the Walking Dead panel, we got all kinds of stuff. Not a huge fan of The Walking Dead anymore, but that being said, as Wes said, we are going to dive right into this thing. Just bear with us. Our program's not wanting to work. This is like a third time trying to record this, so we're just gonna try to just wing it here. So let's go ahead. Deadline reports kind of a breakdown, if you will, where me and Wes are going to kind of read down through here. Again, we're not going to focus on every single detail, but it is going to give us some crucial key moments, and there are some things that I haven't even talked to Wes about yet that I think is really important. So, what to expect from Marvel, Dwayne Johnson and those Dragon Slayers on HBO. Yeah, so got a lot of announcements from that, by the way. So, sorry, 2 years without an in-person Comic Con. Fans are definitely holding out for the appearance of a few heroes. Fortunately, the ongoing pandemic, skepticism over whether the con will truly enforce those mask protocols won't get the newest caped crusaders from braving the annual Nerdfest that kicks off Thursday in San Diego. Here's one paragraph that I think we should really read at length here. So, Wes, this goes on to say Marvel shouldn't disappoint with sneak peeks of Black Panther Wakanda Forever and the upcoming She Hulk Attorney at Law for Disney Plus. But it's not expected to shower Hall H with the embarrassment of riches like it did in 2019. Some sources believe Marvel is saving up for Disney's fan convention of D23 during the second weekend of September. That's huge, by the way, and we'll talk about that here in just a
Mhm.
second. Specifically in regards to new projects, and again, that's going to be real huge. We'll talk about it here in just a second. There's still stuff we haven't seen specifically for Fantastic Four reboot, Mahershala Ali and Blade, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, due May 5th, The Marvels, and The Mutants. Okay, so some crucial key things I want to talk about here, because this article, I was just reading because I was like, hey, let's just read kind of the breakdown of what they're doing, right? Wes, I don't think you realize they just dropped some huge bombshells here. I mean, some more than others, but think about it. Let's go back and look at this here. So if we go back and look at this paragraph here, look at this. It's not expected to shower Hall H with an embarrassment of riches like it did in 2019. Some believes Marvel is saving up for Disney's fan convention D23. So what that is every year Disney holds basically their version of Comic-Con, where it's like only Disney, right? And several years
Hmm.
back, Disney done a 4-hour thing where Marvel Studios talked, Pixar, and all their studios and all that kind of stuff. You had Lucasfilm and all that kind of stuff kind of come in, and basically it was their own version of Comic-Con. So I did a video on TikTok, which you can find at Voice of Film. Just search that. I did a video yesterday about, hey, what are we expected to see at San Diego Comic-Con this year? And one of the things that I talked about was, I don't know, maybe a Fantastic Four casting announcement. I think that is in the can and has been for at least a year now. I think we're going to get a new director announcement, because John Watts, Spider-Man No Way Home director John Watts, was set to direct Fantastic Four and left due to creative differences. Won't go into all that. But it's. I think we're going to get a new director. I think we're going to get a Fantastic Four casting announcement and all that kind of stuff. But Wes, I don't know. After reading this, I don't know how much we'll get from Marvel Studios. I mean, I'm sure
And that
we'll.
that was my thoughts on it.
Was it
It's like was like, okay, that's why I said, like,
right?
Marvel usually sets the stage whenever it comes to Comic-Con, but if reading
They
this,
do,
it sounds like, okay, maybe Marvel wants to take a back seat on this,
and
on
save it.
this one, and not and yeah, they're gonna give some big news on this.
I think
They
they will.
obviously will,
Yeah.
but for some of the bigger announcements and things that are going to blow people's minds, I think they're like, no, we want you to come to this D23, and then
And
that's whenever they're going to
now
drop the
we
bombshells and
have
stuff
been
like that.
hearing rumors that they are kind of going away from Comic-Con, because Disney's more than just Marvel Studios. You got Pixar, Lucasfilm. I mean, we are getting Star Wars stuff and all that kind of stuff. Although I mean, we'll have to go through here and see, but I don't think we're getting much Star Wars. I mean, I could be wrong, but
Oh
but
no, I
again,
didn't see a lot.
no, but going back and like I said, I did that video yesterday on my TikTok and talking about, this week in Comic-Con, what to expect. And I'm like, holy crap. I don't know what, after reading this article, I don't know what we're expected from Marvel Studios' panel. I mean, I just don't. At this point, I have no idea, but I'm still holding out hope that we'll get a Fantastic Four casting announcement, because I'm so dying to see a Fantastic Four reboot. Anyhow, so we do have D23 coming up. So the next big thing I wanted to talk about is this. So if you look down here, specifically in regards to new projects, blah, 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 Fantastic Four, Mahershala Ali in The Blade. It looks like we seemingly have a title. Now, I know adding The Blade doesn't really mean anything, but to me, that's kind of big. I mean, they're definitely separating itself from the Wesley Snipes iteration of Blade,
Hmm.
but I'm a huge fan of Mahershala Ali. I think he's a fantastic actor, Academy nominated and winner. I think he won. I love him. We
Oh
just
yeah,
seen him in he was really good in Luke Cage. I liked him in Green Book. I mean, this guy's a fantastic talent. He actually showed up in Law and Order. Actually, who hasn't showed up in Law and Order? But I think that's some
True
big news.
Detective,
A True Detective. Thank you. Yes, I mean,
bro,
huge, very huge
great.
actor. I can't wait to see what
Yeah,
he does with Blade. I
me
honestly,
too.
I'm so excited. So we got the Blade in there. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really add much, but it's still pretty huge nonetheless. The biggest thing I want to talk about here, and we'll get to the rest of all this goodness. We got the Marvels. Yeah, that'd be fun. Do we just get a title to our X-Men Untitled X-Men film coming in the next couple years? Look at that. The Mutants. And this now again, I'm putting on my boop 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 conspiracy hat here, but I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna let my, I'm gonna be, although I'm cautiously optimistic that this will be titled The Mutants, I'm not gonna lie. I can dig that. I can dig them saying, here's the mutants, and then the next film being X-Men. Are they using semantics? Probably. Deadline, they they're one of the biggest major trades in the entertainment industry. They cover everything from musicians, pop culture, fandom, comic book stuff. I mean, they cover everything, right? Them, Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Forbes, all them guys, right? So this is also a company who is not out of the know, right? They know what, like they have nerds that work for them. It's not
Yeah.
like they're like, oh, let's go watch this Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Pshaw, right? They're not those types of people. I mean, they are in the know. They know what's going on at Disney. So the fact that they kind of slipped, I'm not going to say they slipped, and this doesn't mean much, but I'm going to go on a limb here I'm going to purposely get excited for this because I think this is huge that did we, we just got our official announcement. Who knows? They could announce that this weekend. Kevin Feige can come out and be like, yeah, our entitled X-Men film is coming in, I don't know, 2024, late 2024, and it's going to be titled The Mutants. I don't know. What do you think about this news? Do you think it's anything to really talk about? Do you think it's semantics? What's kind of your thoughts on this?
Now, for me, um, you know, I am excited about it. I'm very excited to see another X-Men, like, and see how they get brought into the MCU and all this other stuff. Like, I'm super excited about that.
Right.
Um, but do I think this is the official title? I don't know. It'll be really cool if it is, because I think that you made a good
I'd
point.
be down.
If they do the, yeah, I would be down. I'd be like, okay, cool. So if they
Hmm.
do the mutants and then they go into X-Men, so they kind of give that backstory for the
Right.
mutants and then kind of introduce us to the characters that they want to do in X-Men,
Because that's going to be huge. How they
that's going to be
introduce
huge.
how they
Yeah,
we've had, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but no, you bring up a good point. Like we've had almost 15 years of the MCU, not a single mention of mutants. Spoilers for Miss Marvel finale in case you haven't seen it. You've been warned. Okay, and here we go. Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, is Charles Xavier. Don't count. That was a different universe. That was a different world in Multiverse of Madness. That didn't count. That was just a fun Easter egg. We're not gonna see him again. Granted, that's what we said 2 years ago, and there
he's
he
like 90
was.
years old. He ain't reprising his role.
He reprised his role,
Right.
but it was really cool to see him. Miss Marvel is the first official MCU mutant, the very first X-Men. But this is huge. You've had 14 years of MCU, not a single mention of mutants. And then here we are, just with a mutant kind of out of nowhere. I'm like it. I'm down. I'm okay with her being the first mutant in the MCU. I'm fine with that. But there's so much
I'm
mythology.
not.
There's some. I had to go in that again. But there's so much mythology that they're gonna have to expound on. And if this is taking place in the MCU, they're gonna have to heavily either adapt it or they're gonna have to do something really creative because I haven't heard one good theory. Sorry, I haven't heard one good theory on how they bring mutants into the MCU, and we're not going to talk about all that here. I'm just saying that having them just slip that in there, the mutants. I mean, that's huge, but
Mhm.
but I don't know. I mean, so do you think there's a chance that they're using semantics here, as far as you know, the fact that they're using the word mutants instead of X
Yeah.
Men?
Yeah, probably. I mean, but that's just me. I am excited about it
Right,
just as much as you are. But if he came out and said it was a different um, name of the film, I'm not going to be mad at it. I'm just like, okay, like let's figure out what we're doing with this. You
right,
know what I mean? That's one of the major things that me and you have already talked about in like we're pulling our hair out because we're like, where is the MCU going?
right.
And I'm hoping that maybe, this Comic Con or D23 or whatever will guide us in the direction of where we are going in the
Thank
MCU.
you. Yes, thank you. I mean, and you bring up a good point. Like, I hear a lot of people saying, "No, we don't know where Phase 4 is going." No, no, no. And there are some people that are saying, "Oh, you're stupid for not knowing because in Phase 1, you didn't know where we were going." Yeah, we did. They were building up to the Avengers. They made that clear in Avengers, or I mean, sorry, in Iron Man 1.
Mhm.
How many films in Phase 4 have we had? We have Black Widow, didn't go nowhere. we've had Hawkeye, didn't go nowhere. Hawkeye ended up, I mean, you liked Hawkeye, I didn't, but you cannot disagree that the character of Clint Barton, Hawkeye, he didn't end up in a new place. I mean, he
Correct.
did. I mean, where did that show go? Where are we going? Eternals, even Eternals was great. We got Arsham, the judge, coming to Earth saying, "I will come back and I will judge you. I will judge these people, and their life will be on your hands." Right? Just that's kind of our only kind of glimpse. I mean, it's rumored we're going maybe Secret Wars and things like that, but casual fans ain't gonna know what that is. Like they don't care. People like you and me do. We're
No.
like, oh yeah, we're gonna see the symbiote black symbiote Spider-Man suit in Secret Wars. We're gonna do. It's like no one
Yeah.
cares about that.
But the
You know?
casual fan, no, they don't. But the casual fan, they don't care like we do. Like we're like, okay,
Right.
like we can see this, and this and this.
Right.
They're like, no, give me another Iron Man, give me another,
Exactly.
Avengers. That's what they want as a casual fan.
Right.
They're not fans like us who watch stuff all the time and really delve into it, and they're not like that, and that's fine. But like I
Right.
said, they need, like, if they're gonna do it, this is the perfect time to kind of guide us in the
Right.
direction of, okay, here's where we're going.
Now,
You know
Kevin
what I mean?
Feige did say, I'm glad you mentioned that because I totally forgot until you said that. But just a couple weeks ago, I think it was right about a month ago, Kevin Feige had said in the near future, he didn't say when, I don't believe, but I'm paraphrasing, but it was sometime in the near future, he said fans will start seeing some seeds on where we're going. And I'm expected to see that by the end of phase 4 and going into phase 5 coming up soon. I mean, we're how many hours? Over like 100 hours in phase 4, and we
Hmm.
have no idea where we're going between, excuse me, between the Disney Plus shows, the MCU films, and anyhow, I do believe, going back to Comic Con, I do believe that, like you're saying, I do think we are going to get a little. I don't need a whole game plan on what Feige's wanting to do, but I would be I'd be quite shocked if we don't know at least a little bit more about, okay, here's why Miss Marvel was so important, or oh, here's why, blah, blah. And I liked Miss Marvel, I thought it was fine. But I do believe we're getting a Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer. I do think we're getting, because if you go back, if we look at this, if we go back and look at this article here, it says what's not expected to be at Hall H, that's where they do all the major big panels. Some sources at Deadline believe that Marvel is saving up for Disney's fan conviction for new projects. So the fact that we got Wakanda Forever in the can, we got Ant-Man Quantumanium in the can, and all that kind of stuff. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, coming out here in just a couple weeks here. It would not surprise me at all if they go ahead and show us maybe a new trailer or the first trailer for Wakanda Forever. We have heard rumors that that is expected to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a teaser for Ant-Man Quantumanium. Wouldn't be surprised if we got a little something something for the Marvels with Brie Larson, the actress with plays Monica Rambeau
Hmm.
and Miss Marvel. Iman Vellani, sorry, I had a huge brain fart there. Aman Vellani as a Kamala Khan. There might be something there they might announce. I don't know. But as far as kind of what I thought what they would do with Fantastic Four, doesn't look like it's going to happen. I want to hold out hope, but that remains to be seen. But we got a potential title announcement with the Blade. We got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 due in May. So wouldn't be surprised if we get a little something there. Will they drop trailers for Wakanda Forever, Ant-Man, Quantumanium, and Guardians 3? I don't think they'll drop all three at once. I think we'll have footage though. I think there will be
Hmm.
footage shown, kind of like a behind the scenes reel
Yeah.
of Wakanda Forever, because dude, we know nothing about Wakanda Forever. Like
Oh,
zip,
there's nothing.
nada.
There's nothing
We
out there,
we know nothing, and I love that. I'm curious. Like I'm
because the
like,
anticipation is what's the best thing about it.
oh, it is. Oh, for
Because
sure.
what kills a lot of people is whenever you show too much. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I want to go into a movie not knowing what, I want to know a little bit, but not a lot,
Right.
because I want to just be I want to go in and not know, oh, well, this is what happens and blah, 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 blah. Like, no, give me a film where I go in and I know nothing about it. And then I enjoy the film because I'm learning as I'm going.
Right.
That's what I want.
That's what you
That's
want.
just me though. You know what I mean?
Hey, I mean,
So,
yeah,
you
but
know,
yeah, let's let's go ahead and
Let's
move
keep
on
on
down.
going
Let's
down through
keep on
here.
going. So there's some here they talk about Dwayne Johnson, Warner Brothers, how yeah we're going to get a Black Adam and Shazam: Fury of the Gods. There's also buzz that Henry Cavill. This is huge. Henry Cavill will put in a surprise appearance to talk up more Superman. I loved Man of Steel. I don't think you and me have talked about it, but I really, really like Man of Steel a lot. I'm a huge fan of that. So I do think we're getting, like I said, what's there left to show than showing the full film for Black Adam? They're obviously not going to show the full film at Hall H. Who knows?
Hmm.
I mean, we've been surprised, with Tom Hiddleston
Right.
coming out as Loki. So why wouldn't they show Black Adam in its
Right.
entirety? I don't think they'll show the film though. I think there'll be, like I said, a behind the scenes thing. I do think that Shazam: Fury of the Gods. I do think we're getting an official trailer tomorrow. I do think that, or sorry, this week. I do think that that's very likely. Henry Cavill put on a surprise appearance to talk up more Superman. Hearing that that's heavily rumored, I mean that would be awesome. Keanu Reeves is making a surprise appearance at the Confab to talk his Berserker movie, which I'm actually excited for. With
Super excited
director,
about
super
that.
excited. Chad Stilisky is on a
Hmm.
Collider directors panel somewhere in the con, so it wouldn't come as a shock if somehow there's a surprise tease for Liongate's John Wick 4. Yes, John Wick Chapter 4. Give me some gun fu.
Just yes.
Yeah, give me some of that. It goes on here to talk about Hawaii Five O. No one cares about that anymore. Da, da, da,
I don't
da.
know. I'm kind of excited. And this
Yeah,
is just me being younger. I'm kind of excited about
kind of
the
excited.
no about the Tyler Posey um
Oh,
and what's his name doing
um,
the Teen Wolf movie. I really
yeah,
enjoyed
Tyler
Teen Wolf.
Hoechlin is a yeah
Yeah,
right here. Here it is. Teen Wolf the movie
yeah.
panelist with Tyler Hoechlin, Tyler
And a
Posey.
surprise guest. I think the surprise guest is going to be his best friend.
Very possible.
Oh
I
god,
can't remember
and
his
he's
name either.
great too.
Yeah,
He's so funny and a good actor. I really like Teen Wolf the series,
I
so
thought it was fine.
it
Yeah,
wouldn't, you know, I that's something that I'd be like, okay, I would want to go see that if I was there. That's one of
yeah.
those ones where I'm like, cool, I'd go see that.
I mean, that
So,
was fine. I mean, I really like Taylor Hoechlin, Tyler Posey. I think they're really
mhm.
good actors. So I mean, hopefully there's a lot of definitely going to
the
be a lot of buzz there.
yeah,
Um,
him playing Superman in,
oh yeah,
Lewis and he's great.
yeah, yeah.
Good.
I have seen a couple episodes of that. And very very good. Um, I really like him as Superman. By the way, Severance. I haven't seen Severance, but I tell you what, that's got a lot of buzz. By the way, with
Hmm.
director Ben, I love Ben Stiller. Adam Scott, who was just cast in the Sony's Madam Web project, which
Yeah.
I find that odd, but whatever. Got a new SpongeBob movie that's happening on the first day. Beavis and Butthead do Comic Con.
Hey,
Speaking of Beavis and Butthead,
look. Yeah,
yep,
bro. Look.
there it is.
Look, bro. Look.
Speaking of
Yeah.
speaking of Beavis and Butthead, that is just too funny. Koala Man. So I have no idea what some of these are. Harley Quinn season 3. Yes, give me some,
Hmm.
give me some Harley Quinn. Friday, Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. I cannot wait. This is my most Lord of the Rings is my favorite movies of all time. I lump all three of those into one film, kind of like how a lot of people do Star Wars. Like, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? Well, I like the Return, New Hope, Empire. They're all one. I'm kind of the same way with the original, with the Lord of the Rings films. All three of
Hmm.
those I consider just one whole movie. It's my favorite movies of all time. I Lord of the Rings. So yeah, this show I am super excited. I hope to hear some
You and me
new
both, man.
news for that. I'm so excited. We're definitely going to be doing weekly reviews of that for sure. Marvel Studios animation looks like we might get some exclusive looks at X-Men 97, Marvel Zombies. What if, Wes, you're excited for that, I'm sure. What if
Yep.
season 2 with in Ballroom 20? Tales of the Walking Dead. Yeah, I'm kind of fell off the Walking Dead to be honest with you. But there you go. That's on Friday. Walking Dead, the main show, has a panel. Rick and Morty, for all you Rick and Morty fans out there. Q&A at 2 o'clock. Friday got Bob's Burgers. Keanu Reeves for the Berserker panel.
We talked about that.
Talked about that. Dragon Ball superhero. Are there still Dragon Ball fans? I guess that's still a thing. We got Archer still going. Holy cow, season 13.
Dude.
I tell you what,
Great show.
I'm excited for this directors on directing. I really like that Collider's doing this. You got Deadpool director Tim Miller, creator of Love, Death, and Robots, which I really enjoyed that.
Oh, it was so
Andrew
good.
Andrew Stanton, director Finding Nemo, Wally, and John Carter. Chad Stileski, director of John Wick franchise, take part in a wide-ranging and depth discussion about the craft of directing and projects past, present, and future, moderated by Stephen Weintraub, Frosty himself, the man, the myth, the editor-in-chief. I love Stephen Weintraub. I got a chance to talk to him several times. He's such a wonderful human being. World premiere Green Lantern Beware My Power screening and Q&A. I like Green Lantern. Definitely one of my favorite DC characters. There's some stuff Saturday going on. We got Cartoon Network, Warner Brothers theatrical session. Here we go. We got the Black Adam, Shazam, Fury of the Gods panel. They're going to be talking about that at Hall H. So like I said, I do think they're going to show some Black Adam footage. Wouldn't be surprised if they showed maybe like 15-20 minutes of it. Shazam,
Mhm.
I do think we are getting an official actual like trailer. So that'd be really cool to see, which it'll be put online just mere minutes after that. House of the Dragon, the new Game of Thrones spinoff coming out. We got that. When is that? Saturday. When is that? Yeah,
Yeah,
Saturday.
Saturday.
So that'd be really good to see. 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones. Series debuts August 21st. Another show for you and me to watch weekly there and review. Got Matt Smith, who we just seen his excellent Academy level performance in Morbius. It's Morbin time. I'm kidding. That movie was not good at all.
It was garbage. What are you talking about? I was
I
like,
know
are you serious right now?
it was so bad. I should have cut to you and be like, "What did you think?" I should, yeah. Woo. We got Star Trek universe. Not a big not a big Star Trek fan. I get a lot of hate on that on my TikTok, but that's fine. I don't care. Just F yourself. Got the MCU panel. That's 5 o'clock on Saturday. We got Kevin Feige coming out and announcing
Mhm.
announcing some things. Maybe we'll get our long-awaited, anticipated Squirrel Girl live action film. Who knows? Maybe that's coming down the pipe. God, I hope not. Um, Panel with Kevin. I love Kevin Smith. He's certainly
Me
one of the
too, man.
greatest people in the world. Mallrats, by the way, Mallrats is probably my favorite Kevin Smith film. I love Mallrats. It's literally one of my
So
favorite
good.
movies ever. Love it. Got Chucky with the USA side. That series I haven't seen it, but that series is doing quite well. Hamster and Gretel. I thought it was a
Nobody wants to
typo,
see
but
that.
yeah, don't really care. Netflix has a little panel there they're doing for the School of Good and Evil. Hear good things about that actually. Got the
Mhm.
Mayan screening. Q&A. FX is What We Do in the Shadows. I will go ahead and say it again. If you have not seen What We Do in the Shadows, what are you doing? I'm not even talking about the show. I'm talking about the movie. Watch the movie. I'm sure the show's great. Haven't seen all the show. I've seen a couple episodes. Freaking hilarious. But yeah, watch What We Do in the Shadows. Such a fun
Oh,
movie with Taika
hilarious, man.
Waititi. But that's
Yeah,
pretty
so funny.
much it for the most part. I mean, Wes, does any of these stand out to you, my friend?
Really, the biggest one is the Sesame Street Mecca.
Oh,
That's down at the
dude.
bottom.
Oh, dude. Long awaited, anticipated. You know
Oh,
what?
no, like
Yeah.
one of the big things that I think that that you kind of skipped over, but it's the William Shatner
Oh yeah, yeah.
the
I
the
did see
panel.
that.
I think
Yep.
that would be really
Yep.
cool
Yep.
because the Shat is awesome. Um,
He's in his
but
90s.
yeah, dude, it's
It's
crazy,
incredible.
man.
And went to space.
But what's crazy is we did a little thing, the Hollywood Minute before, and we talked about Halloween coming out. Michael's mask is William Shatner.
Is William Shatner.
So
Yes, it is. A lot of people still
um,
don't know that. Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
but that being said, like we said, Lord of the Rings is going to be. I love those movies. Me and Gabe's we're gonna be reviewing those. That's awesome.
I tell you what, just right quick on the Lord of the Rings series. I don't remember the number, the amount of money it cost for Amazon to just get the rights, not even the production right. I mean, not even for like to make it, but to just get the rights to make it.
Hmm.
Billions. I think it was just
Hmm.
over 1 billion or something like that. Like, oh my God, right? If this show tanks and it's not good, you know how I talk about leaving expectations at the door?
Hmm.
I'm going to leave it. Look, This
You're gonna have
show,
to, bro.
dude, this show has no reason not to be good. I expect this to be, you know how I say I don't go into everything expecting, this needs to be as good as blah blah. I'm not saying this has to be good as Lord of the Rings, the movies, but dude, the amount of money they put into it, the amount of time, the amount of finesse, the excellent trailers we've been getting. I mean, not the best trailers, but they look visually stunning. Visually stunning isn't going to cut it. I want a good story. I want to know, the events taking place, however many years before the third age, and I think it's third age, and all that kind of stuff leading into the beginning of Fellowship of the Ring. Dude, I tell you what, this show better be good. Amazon's
Yeah,
killing it right now. Like, I'm a huge fan of Invincible. They did The Boys, which we just came
I
out
was
with. The
about to
Boys
say,
was
if you don't
so
say The Boys,
no, let's say The
best thing
Boys.
streaming right now, and we'll say it
It's
over
like
and over
get on the
again.
screen.
Best
Best
thing
thing.
streaming right now. If you haven't
Best thing.
seen it, stop watching this and go watch it,
And
and
go
then
watch it.
watch
Yeah.
our reviews.
No kidding. No
Like
kidding.
it's amazing.
Fun
So,
discussion.
um,
But yeah,
but
it has
yeah,
to be
no,
good.
I completely agree. It
Yeah.
has to be good.
Yeah.
And you asked me like what else I was kind of really excited about. We talked about it just for a second, but like I'm super stoked about Keanu Reeves. I just think that like all in all, the dude is a
Yeah.
class act. There's plenty of stories out there, and I don't know if you've seen it, but like, he's really just a typical guy. Like he's riding the subway, and like
Yeah.
doing these things. Like he's so like he doesn't act like an actor, and he's like a like a regular guy, and that's not what makes him. That's what appeals to me as him as an actor.
Right.
And another thing is like seeing these movies. I had no idea what I was going into whenever I was just like John Wick, and I was like, okay, whatever, I'll go watch it. And dude,
Man.
I came out of there and I was like, like one of my top action films was
Oh,
John Wick
yeah.
#1. John Wick #1. Oh my god, like he was like a flipping video game, and it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Going through there, just flipping over people,
Dude.
just and then going and
Yeah.
seeing the amount of time as an actor he put into
Yeah.
doing the actual gunfights and going to these ranges, and you see him practicing these,
I wouldn't kill his
doing
dog. No way. I'm
bro,
sure.
like in real life though,
Mm.
like he's going through
Oh,
these
yeah. Yeah.
training
Yeah.
things, and like
Yeah.
going through these training things and just
Incredible.
it was awesome. It was so great to see.
By the way, I was in the army at the time when John Wick 1 came out. The first trailer to John Wick didn't release until a month before the film came out. A month. The
Which I
film
think is
did
where people
so
are
good.
are messing up. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's and it's just me talking, but I think that's some of Marvel's downfall is they give away too much before the film comes out. Like give me
I
one
mean,
good trailer and let it go. That way I can, but that's
right.
just me. Like that's what I want. I don't want to go in and be like, oh well, I saw these scenes already in the thing, and I saw this and this on it already. Like
I can see what you're
I'd
saying.
rather have one trailer, one one good trailer, and be like, cool, I'm ready to go see this. But then they just keep releasing trailers
And
and
I did
new
that for.
trailers, and
I mean, I get why they do it. It's because they want to get as much. I mean, in game, they had a huge budget for
I
the
know it's
marketing.
marketing. I get
Get.
it's
Yeah,
marketing.
me
I don't
too.
care.
I'm with you. I agree. But casual fans, I don't think they really pay attention. But people like you and me were like, oh my god, because we kind of piece it together. We're like,
Yeah,
ugh, I kind of feel
yeah,
like that revealed too much. And you're like, oh
yeah,
no,
right.
because I heard. I mean, I don't know this. I didn't see the trailer, but I heard from somebody who's seen Nope and had. I'm trying to think how he said it. So one of the latest trailers that just came out, he said don't watch it because he said and he's seen it. He said that reveals too much. Just don't watch the new trailer. And I personally have it. So in case you're excited for Nope and don't want to be spoiled, or maybe you still want to be surprised on kind of stuff, don't watch any new Nope trailers. Anyhow, Wes, I mean, a lot of good stuff coming out for San Diego Comic-Con. I mean, I don't think it's going to be earth shattering like back when it was in 2019 or anything like that. But I do expect we're going to get, like you said, several great moments from the DC panel and the Marvel panel. I think they're both happening on the same day. No news of Star Wars, but hey, look, I think they're saving a lot of that for, like the article said, for
D23, man.
D23. And this article came out, I think today. Yeah, it came out today. So And I did that video on TikTok yesterday about, oh my God, we're going to get a lot of cool stuff from Marvel Studios this week. Well, according to Deadline, don't look like it. But however, it did say new projects. How long have we known Fantastic Four is being in development? Several years now, right
Hmm.
at three, almost 2.5 years now. So, excuse me. So, who knows? Maybe they'll be like, yeah, here's a bombshell. If they don't announce it today, if they don't announce the Fantastic Four cast and director this week, it will be at D23. I will go ahead and say that. Because
Yeah.
why would they say, oh yeah, they're going to be talking about Fantastic Four? Well, hey, you're not going to tell us the story before you tell us the cast. I mean, that's not how it works. So
Yeah.
I think we are going to get a general plot synopsis as well. I think there has been a cast for well over a year. I'd say right about the time they announced it. I think Kevin Feige has had the actors locked down. I think they've had snipers on them, watching them, making sure they don't talk about it. I think it's hush, hush, hush. There's rumor that Jason Segel from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I love Jason Segel. He's such a funny, funny guy. That he's supposedly playing Ben Grimm. I don't believe that for a second, but I think he's a good actor. I think it'd be a strange fit, but hey, in Feige we trust, and the casting director. I can't remember her name, but she's fantastic. So the DC panel is coming out soon. I think it's going to be fun. I think we're having a fun time, and you and me will cover that this weekend. Saturday we'll reconvene here, and we will talk about what maybe we got right, got wrong about our predictions. Like I said, I do think it would be nice to have Henry Cavill come in and sweep in, do some Superman news. That'd be fun. Get us
Hmm.
that Man of Steel sequel. No, not BVS, not Batman versus Superman. That didn't count as a
Maybe
sequel.
some more Witcher,
Bruh.
some Witcher news.
Bruh. So I still haven't seen season two.
What?
I know. I know, and I have no reason not to, because I love season one. It's so much fun. Kind of that cross between kind of like Game of Thrones and Dungeons and Dragons type of.
Yeah.
I know that's a weird comparison, but that's kind of where my brain goes. And I really love Henry Cavill and that, but I've loved him for long. I mean, Man from Uncle is great. Obviously
Hmm.
great as Man of Steel, or Superman and Man of Steel, I think is great. But yeah, I think we're due for a lot of good news. But we'll reconvene here Saturday and talk about all the stuff we got wrong. So,
Yeah, that sounds good. And,
so
and I mean, so I'm gonna let you guys know where you can find me, and we'll
yeah.
wrap this video up and everything. So you can find me at West Rathbone 86 on Twitter. But we definitely want to hear what you guys think. What you guys are thinking about this Comic-Con thing. I mean, like we said, we'll be back on Saturday to kind of figure out, if we're wrong, right. I mean, we could totally be wrong, and they could surprise us and
Oh yeah.
blow our minds in
Pleasantly
Comic-Con. I mean,
surprised.
yeah, right. So, but anyway, please, we thank you so much for watching and doing and being on this journey with us. So, we appreciate y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And Gabe, please let them know where they can find you, my friend.
All right. You can simply find me at Voice of Film. Be sure to find me there on TikTok and Twitter. Just search that. Should be the first thing that pops up. Follow my shenanigans there. Basically, I do what we talk about here. I talk about just my own personal opinions on things and talk movie stuff and all that kind of goodness. Got a lot of conversations going on TikTok. Got 200 followers there. Very proud of that. Thank you so much who have followed me there. And if you follow me from over there, thank you so much. Like Wes said, please hit the red like button, subscribe, follow, comment on your news that you're expected to hear and see this weekend. Are you going to San Diego Comic-Con? You're probably not even caring about watching this. You're probably there sitting and sleeping outside, but let us know how it is down there. I got a few friends that live in San Diego, so I have to reach out hello. But thank you all for watching our content. I know it's been several days since we posted regularly. Hopefully we can get back into the groove of things. We got Nope coming out this weekend, going to be reviewing that. We got Bullet Train coming out. Got a lot of good stuff coming out. Got She-Hulk coming out soon. Got Game of Thrones coming out soon, the new series. We got the Lord of the Rings. We got a lot of stuff coming out. So thank you for joining us on this endeavor that we're on. Wes and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us. And like I said, comment, likes, subscribe, share, all that sorts of good stuff. And until then, we will see y'all in the next video.